How are we to respond to anxious thoughts? At the end of the day, they are the precursor, the precondition of a panic attack. Byron McDonough talks about this, the fact that we have to diffuse anxious thoughts immediately. Why is this? It is because when we allow these anxious thoughts to rise up, of course, obviously we allow them. That is the allowance, the acceptance approach. So they come up, and of course the old you, who didn't know the right information regarding anxiety, would fear them. But no, not only would you fear them, you'd actually resist them. You'd actually start talking to your thoughts. Earlier this year, you might be hard pressed to believe that I was actually scared of my own brain. I was scared of my own brain I labelled thoughts in my head as either good or bad. And of course, the precursor, as Byron McDonough talks about it, as a precursor to a panic attack, is a what-if thought. Now, what are these what-if thoughts? Now, these what-if thoughts could be, it is very much down to the individual. We're all different. But it could be, what if thoughts about fear, about physical sensations? What if I have a heart attack? What if I stop breathing? And so once you truly learn to strip your fear away from the anxious bodily sensations, no matter how uncomfortable they are, you can start to learn to be comfortable in the midst of them. But of course, what we are talking about today, guys, is the fact that we need to diffuse these what-if thoughts immediately. We need to throw that cool bucket of water on the hot fire of fear. Otherwise, as I said, it will fester, it will stir, it will get worse. And so, how exactly are we meant to respond to these anxious what-if thoughts? Now, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in, obviously I'm not perfect, no one's perfect. I don't believe in using, of course, filthy language, but in this context, I do think if it's down to you, it could be it could be helpful to say, who gives a hoot or whatever, towards your anxious sensations. If you want to use a curse word, you go ahead. Because that's how I did it at the start. Who gives obviously I'm not going to say it on here, but who gives an F, who gives a this or that, and that's truly the response you need to these anxious thoughts. Who cares? Who gives a damn? No one cares, that's really that is really the response you want to supply that anxious thought with. Because once you respond to what-if thoughts with who gives a damn, who cares? I don't care, who cares? I'm going to allow these anxious thoughts to run from my mind. I'm just going to allow them, not going to fear them or resist them. You strip the fear away from them, and then they go away on their own. And so Byron McDonough talks about this from Dare Anxiety, that we need to diffuse it immediately. We have to diffuse it immediately, because I said it will fester, it will grow, it will get worse. And this type of immediate dismissal, as he says, diffuses the buildup of nervous tension and puts you back in control. It's amazing. It's amazing how, when it comes to all anxiety sensations, all anxiety symptoms, once we learn to become okay with their presence and to welcome it in, it's almost as if I don't really like to, obviously, as I said, I am a believer, but I don't like to spiritualize anxiety. But I like to sort of equate anxiety, these anxious feelings, as sort of I don't like to call them the enemy or the devil or whatever. I don't really like to sort of put it in that context. I think if you're going to tell someone, look, the devil's after you, I just don't think that's helpful, even from a Christian perspective. I've made another video on that. Go down below and you'll find that. But it's sort of funny. The devil who knocks and knocks, after a while, but receives no answer, will get bored and move on to the next house. Something along those lines, But it is true, though. If we don't respond to them with fear, if we don't respond to fear with fear, fear gets bored. It's like, all right, okay, Adam's not responding to fear here. We're just gonna, we're just gonna turn off the adrenaline fight or flight response off, and then we're just gonna be on our way. But as I said, guys, I'm not going to keep on going around in circles. But how do you respond to what if thoughts? You learn to become okay in their presence, but you also tell them, who cares? Who gives a damn? I don't care. You can stay here as long as you want. It does not matter. It does not matter. This is what we are looking for. This is, as Michelle, what's her name? Kavanagh, is it? I think so. From Dare Anxiety, Michelle Kavanagh talks about, I think that's her surname. Just look it up. Michelle Kavanagh, she talks about, we are looking for unimportance. This is unimportance. You have to make your life more important than your anxiety. So guys, with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. Please comment, like, and share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. God bless, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, and yeah, see you guys in my next one.